Good afternoon, Coach. In watching, I guess, some from yesterday, is there anything I guess you or players could have done differently um, to change the outcome? I guess.
Yeah, we could have played better. But again, we've had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. That sounds like a broken record, but there's obviously things we need to do as a staff as well. But we absolutely just need to execute better on both ends.
Thanks. We'll go down to Mark Medina for a question.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Mark.
Off topic here, but it's obviously important. How did you process the news with the Wisconsin situation with the shooting?
Yeah, it's just, we've been processing the Wisconsin situation now for 58 years. That's how old I am, and it just keeps happening over and over again. And it's just sad. It is. It's just sad. So that's how I process it. I didn't see it till late last night. Actually was saw it on Ray Allen's post of all people, and it's just tough.
Thanks. Next, we'll move to Dan Wyke.
Hey, Doc. Sorry to bring it back to basketball. You guys operated with a very big picture approach all season when it came to just the way you guys handled everything. How does that change now that things have to be dealt with in a very small, immediate picture? Is that a challenge?
No, it doesn't change much. We don't change a lot what we do, Dan. We still work the same. We still rest the same. I think we were given the proper amount of off time, during the season. I thought we were trending in a great direction, obviously. What happened since we've been in the bubble as far as, guys missing and that being there, I don't know what you can do about that. It just happened. But you got to deal with every team's going through something, the way I look at it like that. And, some teams deal with it better than others. And in my opinion, we haven't done a great job of it. And I always think that's all for the coach.
Have you felt the necessary sense of urgency out of your team? I know obviously you surge ahead big yesterday, but then, the foot comes off the gas a little bit. Is that the type of playoff attitude that you want out of one of your teams?
No, clearly not. And we have exhibited that. And I would say that part would be disappointing.
Great. Next, we'll go down to Cassidy in Orlando.
Obviously basketball is basketball, but yesterday you were stressing the mental strength of this team. So going into today, how do you get that across to your guys?
They know it. There's no secrets. We just got to, number one, the one thing that's good, this team is close. They stick together. But we can't get emotionally unattached in a game, and it does happen. It happens to everyone, but we're up and 21, and it was happening at that point, as far as I can see, and I didn't like it.
Home, you can go ahead.
Hey, Doc, when you watch the film with PG, is there anything you're seeing outside of maybe is he just lacking confidence, or is anything schematically you can do to kind of get him going? And what's your history when you have a shooter who's struggling? How do you usually approach it?
I just let him keep shooting, Listen, we got to get him more shots, and that's on us, and that's on all of us. But I just want him. He got great looks last night, and I just want him to get more of those and take more of those. He needs to shoot 20 plus times. He needs to get the ball up in the air, and he will. He will. I feel very confident about PG because I always have.
Move over to Andrew Greif.
Hey, Doc, when you mentioned those self-inflicted wounds, every team at this point will make mistakes, obviously, but the things you saw yesterday, were there some mistakes you felt like were just inexcusable for kind of this point in the season?
I honestly think game plan mistakes in the playoffs are just inexcusable, period. And, you're going to make human mistakes as far as the way you play you're going to miss layups, you're going to miss jump shots, you're going to fall down, you're going to accidentally foul, you know, because I don't think anyone intentionally fouls for the most part. But you know, the game plan mistakes just can't be made, and we're doing them in a major fashion. And again, I always look at it, I got to do a better job to get us not to do them.
I think Kyle had a question down in Orlando.
To what extent?
Orioles hat on.
Yeah.
Only when Ken Singleton was there.
No, we're getting anywhere pretty good.
You do know who Ken Singleton is, right?
It might be a little before my
Oh, stop it, jeez. All right.
To what extent are you planning for Pat not to be able to play games 5 and 6, and how does that affect your defensive schemes, especially the lineups late where you're switching?
Yeah, you know, listen, if we had a switch right last night, that matchup wouldn't have happened. You know, so even that one we didn't do right. But Pat, I haven't heard one thing that he may play. That doesn't mean he might not. You know, right now I'm not planning on it. And so because of that, we have to make tough choices at the end of every game. It's just the way it is.
Is that something about the way he leads those groups defensively that usually gives you sort of the command of the scheme?
I mean, he's a big part of our defense. There's no doubt about that. He's the voice for sure. I mean, he's one of the loudest guys, just talking schemes, and he does great homework, you know, to give him the ability to do that. But we don't have him. I've never worried about that. Like, I don't, you know, listen, it'd be great to have him. You know, we obviously could use them, but we don't have them. I don't ever worry about the guys that aren't on the floor. We just got to get the guys on the floor right.
Thanks. We have time for one more, and we'll take one from Shane.
Hey, Doc. Just wondering, during Landry's minutes, what are you seeing from him offensively? Are you liking his decision-making on that end?
Yeah, overall, I mean, Landry's not a point guard. And, you know, I thought they pressured him a little more, which made us other guys bring the ball up the floor, which is fine by us. I didn't think he attacked the way he attacked the game before. I thought he settled for quick shots instead of putting the ball on the floor. But I thought he did that in the second half. One thing with Landry, man, like everything you ask him to do, he tries to do with 100% purity. And it's rare that I fought anything he does. You know, he's young, and he's going to keep getting better.
Thank you, Doc. Have a great practice.